What do you think I would have done? I would have said, home. Home. Mickey, go home. To prove to you that psychological torture is far more effective, I want to take you back to 1992, the time when I was traveling extensively with two guys. Stunning Steve Austin. Yeah! To use the shower and like cock that fist back. And I took 48 homemade delicious chocolatey chip cookies the helpful fan had made for us, deposited them in DDP's cot, and put the sheet back over them, knowing that he'd walk out into total darkness where we could only hear the sashaying and crinkling of glad wrap going. I heard him pull back the sheet and climb in. A few minutes later, I could tell. Before we decided to stand, appreciate that. I know we didn't ask. We got one question now, like Q&A. Let's see who's got another question here.
How crazy was the rest of the taboo?
How crazy was it to wrestle with Sabu? You know what? Dude was out there, man. He was out there. Like, I didn't know, like, when I pile drove Sabu on a blackjack table in Las Vegas, that we could have been shot legally. Messing with the stakes, you know, but that was the way it was. Like, at that point, no one could even see us. Went into the, you know, we were in like the rec hall or whatever of the Silver Nugget, not the Golden Nugget in Las Vegas. Silver Nugget. I think it was Jerry's Silver Nugget, so as not to be confused with the other Silver Nuggets. And then you work your ass off, like you really give and give and give, and then you go back like, oh, thanks, man. You go for that post-match hug and you be like, sorry, just didn't have it tonight. It was such a downer, man. After a big match, you need a cuddle. I went out there on an interview one time, and the interview just effing died. It just died because it was part of that renewed ECW thing that WWE tried, and they would wait until SmackDown was over and then air live at 10 p.m. So it didn't matter, like, if the fans had to wait an hour. You then come on live with the show that nobody really cared about. And so when I went out there to give my promo, it was just the wrong promo and wrong time, but at the time I said, you know, Sabu, you never got your due. It could have easily been you instead of me. Then we got to the back, and tears running down his face. He's like, man, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, I had to try to hold it in back there. I was like, why didn't you let it out? Show somebody cared. But he was just, man, he was just, you know, so intent. You know, I hope he's happy somewhere. I heard he's doing some stand-up as well. Listen, so you guys know when we do this meet and greet, a lot of people, and so I figured the quickest way to do it is I pre-signed 375 white pieces of paper, and then we're going to turn on the house lights, and we have a photographer coming out. I'm going to stand in front of all you guys with the thumbs up, and you can get the photo on the internet. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to tell you, hopefully it'll go fairly quickly. A couple things I can't do. I'm just getting over this horrible stomach thing I had in the States. Didn't know if I'd be able to make the odds, but I did. And so I can't shake hands, you know, with 350 people, as I might pass something on to you, and you might pass something on to me. Also, I can't look directly at a flash. This is some of the head issues I've had. And so when we take the photo, don't let it weird you out, but I'll be looking directly at you. And you can feel like you look directly at me, but I'd prefer you not do that. Before we go, let me do this meet and greet. I hate to kill a good time, but I feel like I have to address something that Brendan said about one of my colleagues. You know, coming out here again. means put a damper on. Well, I don't know if you think I could just stand there and take some of your bullshit. Because I have seen the great Kali's mother's vagina. And it is awesome. And I have to tell you, Brendan says you should never say it before you do something, you're working on something new, but yesterday I heard a Warren Zevon song and I had this immediate image. And I shared it with Brendan and he said, mate, it's going to be the worst thing people have ever seen. But I have to know for sure. We'll all find out collectively. Because the great Kali's mother's vagina does not whistle while she walks. It hums.
Sound like a cow.
I figured how you can do a Kali impression. Eat some apple. Put apple in your mouth. It's okay, it hasn't been on my cock.
Quick story about the great Kali, to kind of humanize him a little bit. Tyson Kidd had the dubious distinction of having to drive the great Kali around for a week. And it sucks. Because he doesn't, you know, he has so much trouble fitting in an airplane seat. You have to get the biggest possible car. He obviously doesn't do a shift behind the wheel. And he doesn't say a word. For like 3 days, he's by himself with this giant guy who doesn't speak. And so Tyson's driving down the road and he's explaining to one of his friends on his cell phone why Shelton Benjamin broke up with Layla. And he says, yeah, Layla did a crappy arm drag, so Shelton broke up with her.
Oh, seriously?
And they drive another 50 miles. Kali finally says, that's bullshit. You shouldn't break up with a girl because she can't do an arm drag. Back to the vagina. Doesn't whistle. Hums. I heard her. Walking backstage at WrestleMania. Humming. It went. It went. It went. Why are you so unkind? It went. It went. Everyone! It went. I'm the only one doing it. It went. It went. Brendan's right. It was. The only time we'll ever do this one. No one knows the song. So I'm gonna stay here all night if I have to. Come on, join it with Billy. It went. It went.
I got something to say.
From the bottom of my heart.
Could I interject?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is a testament to Mick Foley, the comic. Packs out the Enmore Theatre and goes, I want to close with something that baffles the fucking room. That's Mick Foley, ladies and gentlemen. The baddest man that ever set foot on this fucking stage.
conclusion, I'd just like to say, all of you did not come along. You fucking suck. I'll see you guys in a couple minutes. Thanks for sticking around. And have a nice day. Let's hear the Z-Bomb song. It went. It went.
No.
Do I have to fucking rock bottom? They're going. They're going with it.
Do it.
Fucking man, just give it time. It went. Music. It went. You're leaving me hanging, you bastard. Vagina went. It went.
Yes!
We got him right where we want him. Hit the Z-Bomb music. We got it a third time. Come on, we got him right here. We're gonna make history. I'm not leaving with a failure, man. We got it queued up. Just give me a thumbs up. We got him, man. I can tell. They're ready to go. Knockout blow. Stop swaying. It's a giant woman's vagina humming!
I just lost 50 fucking bucks.
Thank you!
Tracy, what do you think of it?
Oh, great, I love it.
Adrian?
Gay Jesus.
Mick Foley's on stage singing. Coming.
Fucking berserk.
It went. When I write my next memoir, I'm going to change the outcome of this story quite a bit. Thank you.
What are we doing? Signing. How much was it? 40, yeah. Yeah, it's not like I'm gonna get someone saying can't wait to get them signed actually. Hopefully get signing coming up.